Hello, great one. You will agree with me that love is a beautiful thing. No matter who you are, where you're from, what you've done, no matter how much money you have in your bank account, sometimes you just need someone to, be there for you, someone you love and also loves you back. And on that note, I want to welcome you to Stand Out with Pat, the show that celebrates your uniqueness. Today on the show, we have a very interesting topic, and I can't wait to do justice to it with my guest in the studio. We're talking love and relationship in this millennial age. We'll go for a short break. When I come back, you get to meet my beautiful guest. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The show is Stand Out with Pat, and I have with me a beautiful lady in the studio. Her name is Didi Warmate, and she's the founder of Lagos Matchmakers. Hello, Didi.
Hi, thank you. Nice for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
When the first time I stumbled on Lagos Matchmakers on Instagram, I'm like, okay, maybe it's some guy again behind the, because we have a lot of this in this age and time, and then I realized that it's some beautiful drop that gorgeous queen, and your name Didi sounds more like a guy's name, right? And then when I met you, I'm like, okay, so how you doing?
I'm good.
It's a pleasure to have you again.
Thank you.
Tell us, what does it mean to be a relationship matchmaker in this millennial age, and why are you so passionate about it? How did you start it?
Okay, so what we focus is on dating, not relationship.
Yeah.
And then we started because people had, I have a lot of friends that are single, and they had issues trying to meet the right people.
Okay.
And it's just, they go to places, everyone there's too young, everyone is too old, so there was no platform that could just get them what they wanted.
Okay.
So I was matching a friend one day, and she said, imagine if you did this for a living. And I was like, okay, maybe I should. So that's
so
how
you just started from helping a friend.
Yeah.
So what's the status of your friend now? Is she married or still
No,
single?
she's still single.
So that means what you did for her, did it work?
No, how much?
So you want to share some of your testimonies? You've been matchmaking for how long?
For over 7 years now.
So how many people have gotten married from that?
Wow, a lot.
And no divorce?
Oh, we actually had quite
a few.
We had quite a few divorces actually. So.
Okay, so how does it work? Do you just let people meet themselves and then you mentor them through?
No.
And then you are a marriage counselor or something?
No.
How does it work? Take us through it.
Okay, we're just dating. So once we get you to that dating phase, we kind of check out.
Oh,
so if you want like a relationship counselor or a marriage counselor, we can direct you to them. But we just focus on the dating aspects, like first date, second date, third date, just getting to know the person.
Okay. Now, I was going through your profile. It says that you are a data analyst. So, so would you say that you wasted your time studying that course and now you are into relationship, or have you been able to marry what you studied and with what you're doing right now? Is it relevant?
Yes, it is very relevant.
How?
Well, constantly I still work with Bureau of Statistics.
Okay.
And I also, put that into matchmaking. Okay. Because when people send in what they want, their specifications, we still have to narrow it down with data because we have a wide database with a lot of people. So we narrow down your specifications of what you want. So it takes a while to kind of get through all that before we arrive at what, should fit you.
Oh, okay, good. Now, I noticed there's a lot of dating trend, so many pressure about dating in this millennial age. So anything could happen. Today you meet someone, there's this particular joke, the person says, because the love is fresh and everything, you just tell the person, someone asks you, probably the person you're dating, oh, what are you doing? You say, I'm drinking water. And then the person says, oh, please don't choke. That's because the love is still there. And that same person, the next day, the person is saying, oh, go to hell. You're the worst thing that's ever happened to me and everything. So I think the dating culture in these millennial times is a little bit sporadic. People just make decisions and just say, oh, leave it. Let me move on with my life. I have a vision, I have purpose. Let me, So how have you been able to manage, that sporadic moment with individuals who just feel that they don't want to stay to in a relationship for too long to prove their commitment?
So it's been there for a while. I think we're just more aware of it now because of the whole internet phase. So everything is in our faces. But people with different characters have always been there. So I think the trick is just finding someone you can relate to, someone that understands you, someone that can tolerate your negative parts and as well as, you know, love your positive parts and vice versa.
Good. Now, a lot of people are busy, you know, with the whole fast-paced, technology-driven age. So, honestly, people really don't have time to say they want to build a relationship, except when they really find the person they want, like love at first sight kind of thing, you know. So, for the whole busy schedule that we keep day in, day out, how would you advise that people practice dating?
Yeah, the whole busy schedule is what we kind of even thrive on, because this day and age, everyone is going straight from work to home. You don't have time to socialize and meet people. So that's why we make it easier for you so that you don't have to even leave home to meet people. So we make sure that everything is done at your convenience. And then there are events like speed dating events, which instead of going to one date and just finding out you just kind of wasted like 3 hours, instead you go to 10 dates in an hour. So you kind of so it just kind of makes things better because of time.
How are you going to go to 10 dates in an hour?
Yeah.
Are you saying that people go for dates every week or every day with different people?
No, with the speed dating, they're like 20 people. It's like 10 guys and 10 girls. So you have 5 minutes to talk to someone and try and get to know them from there.
Oh.
So if you go after 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes with everyone, you kind of just, we kind of have a way you kind of grade people and say, okay, I think this person is like a 5/10. It's like a 10/10, and then at the end of the day, you kind of, the highest numbers, you kind of just talk to that person and get to know them, as opposed to just one person at a time.
That's really interesting. So are you suggesting that, you know, like if you really want to be in a relationship or if you're looking for a life partner, you have to speed dating, or dating has to be part of your schedule?
Yes.
Like you're going to work, like you are going for exercise, like you want to eat?
Yes, you have to kind of be conscious about making it happen. It's like you're looking for a job, you're going to go out there and apply for a job.
But a lot of people shy away from stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, I think now we're trying to embrace it now and understand that if you want something, you have to go for it. You can't just sit at home. You know, it's not like those days your mother will come and say, my friend's son, come and meet them. So these days you have to actually go for what you want.
That's very strong. These days, whatever you want, you have to go for it. That's coming from Didi Warmate, the founder of Lagos Matchmakers. So do you organize any speed dating event in Lagos?
Yes, we do.
Are you restricted to Lagos alone? Because the brand says Lagos Matchmakers, so it means that you're not international.
Yeah, no, we're actually international.
Oh, okay.
We match everyone. It's actually that I'm the Lagos Matchmakers because I'm based in Lagos.
Okay.
But we actually match everywhere, and we have speed dating events in Lagos and Abuja.
Oh, good, good. So now, how to what extent do you want this to go? You know, are you thinking of, you know, probably handing this over at some point to someone, or do you want to be known for this forever? Even when, are you married though?
No, I'm not. I'm single.
Oh, okay. So when you get married, would you want to just say, okay, let me leave this and focus on something else?
No, I think it's something I've always been actively involved in, even when I was as small as when I was in secondary school.
Okay.
So it's kind of a part of me. I don't think I can just really let it go. I mean, I do have staff that are also certified and do matching on their own as well.
Oh, okay.
But I will still be involved.
Good. So your book, I realized that you wrote 2 books on data and statistics. Now, nothing about relationship yet.
Yes.
So are you going to write a book someday?
Yes, I'm working on that.
On dating?
Yes, I'm working on compiling actual stories from our matches actually into a book, so people can read other people's stories on how they found love on Lagos Matchmaker.
I am looking forward to that, and I'm sure our viewers are looking forward to it. The show is Stand Out with Pat. I have with me in the studio Didi Warmate, founder Lagos Matchmakers. We're going on a short break, and I'll be back. Stay tuned. Didi, so, you know, since I've been using Instagram, I've heard stories and so many trending stuff about, you know, people's relationships and failed marriages and broken homes and everything. And then you have a lot of matchmakers, a lot of relationship advisors out there, male, female, does and don't of keeping a man, does and don'ts of keeping a woman and stuff. And there are assumptions flying also that people who talk about relationships have failed or they're not happy. What's your take on this, and what's your take on all these quotes we see on Instagram? How real are they? Are they realistic? Is it something we can bet on 100%?
Yeah, I think all this, as I said, with the technology age, is just coming in front of us now.
Right.
But it's always been there. You've always had that auntie that would advise you when you just newly got married. You always had someone that would, marriages that wouldn't work, but we wouldn't,
Right.
it's just now in technology age, we see it in front of us. Yeah, and all those advices, they do work, but you have to realize that every relationship is different.
Okay.
So you can't take relationship A tip and put it in yours, and it works
Right.
differently for you. So you need to look at your own relationship and realize and learn what works for you. You can take the advice, basically, and take them in, but make sure you know what works for you.
Good. Make sure you know what works for you. So tell us, I'm sure they want to know about you. You said you have a boyfriend. How did you meet him? Was it through speed dating?
No, I'm currently single.
Oh, yes. But you said you have a boyfriend.
Yes.
The other time. How did you meet?
We met actually through a mutual friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not speed dating?
No, not speed dating.
Oh, great. You don't want to share that, right? No. Okay, it's fine. I will respect that, of course. I respect that. So before you leave, I know there are people out there, so many heartbreaks and everything. It's, a given. Would you like to share a few tips about dating, about not, being too expectant? Because I think a lot of people are heartbroken. Some young people are heartbroken because they go to a relationship with high expectations of their partners. How would you advise that we date in this age?
I think dating shouldn't be as pressured as it is. People go in expecting the best. They have like a time frame, like I need to get married in next
Before
1 year,
30.
so this person has to be my next husband. Otherwise, so there's too much pressure there. People should just kind of take it lightly and know that you can meet friends through dating. A lot of my friends I have now are people I went on first dates with.
Okay.
So you should just be open about it. You can meet your business partners and just not take it as seriously.
Good. Are you happy?
Yes.
How happy are you? 100%. On a scale of 1 to 100.
I would say 100.
You know why I asked the question? Because
Why?
people assume that when you start giving relationship talks, you're not happy. Or when you start saying, oh, do this. Like I made reference to. So I realized that you skipped that part. That was why I asked again.
Okay. Yeah, I think happiness, it depends on how you define it. Usually a lot of people put their happiness in relationships, which I don't think is right. Because if that relationship ends, what happens, You kind of have to find happiness within yourself and find what makes you happy. So matching people makes me happy. My friends say I'm kind of addicted to it because I feel like an extra joy when I kind of made a couple happen. So I find happiness in what I do. And so it's not kind of tied to a relationship or to a person. It's, within you, something you can control.
Okay, good. Now, sis, give us a scenario. You've been able to matchmake this man and this woman. What are the failures you've had, and what was that exciting moment for you? Like, yes, I'm made for this.
I think one of the memorable couples I would say would be one of our early couples. He was over 50 and he had children and even grandchildren. And she had children as well, but they both didn't want children. And so when they just both met, it didn't take a long time before they got married. It was really quick. They just it was like 3 months. So they just kind of just knew that they were just meant to be. They were excited. You could just tell from the joy when they spoke to you. And those kind of things are just what keeps you wanting to do more.
So you felt good with that result?
Yes.
So what is next for you, Didi? What else do you want to do? What is your next move with your own dating business?
Yeah, I want to expand and see what we can do. We have more workers now, more staff.
Okay.
And so we're trying to just get more people involved, trying to just spread the Lagos Matchmaker fever around, and just trying to do better in what we do.
Good. It's been a pleasure having you on the show, Didi.
Thank you.
We go on a short break. Didi is still in the studio. We'll be back. All right, Didi, I want to ask you this last question before you go. Do you also have plans for married people? Like, assume that there is this new couple, they're doing well, and then at some point there's some sort of strain in their relationship, and you feel that they need to get away or something. Do you plan stuff like that for married couples?
No, we don't. Even the couples that have gotten married on our service that come back to us and say, okay, I'm having issues or this is happening, we direct them to marriage counselors. We don't get involved. We're like, we get you to that dating phase and that's it, because that's where our focus is.
That's more like a scam. Like
that's where our
you just
trading.
push them and then
Because we can't go out with you for the rest of your life, So our area is dating. That's what I got certified for. So we just focus on the dating aspect. There are marriage counselors out there, there are relationship counselors. I can't counsel you on marriage and relationship when I don't feel like I'm trained for that. Okay, so that would be a scam.
How did you get your certification, by the way?
Oh, I was in the US 2015, and I wanted to I was researching more on it and just trying to make it better, because we're usually looking for ways to always be better at what we do. So we change our policies a lot of times. So I decided that, okay, let me go and get certified and get trained for this. So took a course and took my exams and passed, and that was it.
Good. Now, before you leave, just imagine that there's someone out there who is heartbroken and everything. And I know you share some tips on your Instagram page. I want you to assume the role of a not marriage now, because you don't marry, a relationship counselor, right? How would you, encourage that person about, life and self-love first?
Yes.
In rounding up.
Oh, yeah. I would always advise that self-love, you need to find happiness in yourself. If you find happiness in people out there, it's very fickle. That means anything could happen and you become sad. Yeah. So you definitely need to find happiness in yourself one way or the other, so you can control how you feel. Find
happiness in yourself so that you can control how you feel. Thank you, Didi. I love you. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
So we have a special gift for you.
Aww.
This is Standout with Pat's signature cup. It's
Thank
yours,
you.
And you're here because you stand out. And this is my first book, Life of a Media Girl. It's about women in spotlight. I'm sure you would need that.
Yes, this will be very interesting. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And on that note, I want to say a big thanks to you, my dear, darling, handsome and beautiful viewers, wherever you are in the world. The show is Stand Out with Pat. My name is Pat Obilo. Till next week, when I shall be joining you again with another interesting episode. Share life and keep loving yourself. Bye for now.